Hello and welcome back. Now we've created this Khaimera attack montage and added montage sections to it. Now we need to create our other montages, but before we do that, we need to finish this one by adding the appropriate notifies. Now if we take a look at our enemy attack montage for Grux, we have quite a few anim notifies here. We have an activate left weapon, deactivate left weapon, and also activate and deactivate montage notifies for the right weapon as well. So let's go ahead and add those to the Khaimera montage. So I'm going to add a new notified track. So we have two that we're working with here. And let's go ahead and scrub through this montage to the point where we'd like to activate our collision. And I'm going to put it to about right here. So I'm going to right click, add notify, and add a new notify and call this activate left weapon. Now we can scrub through to about right here. I'd say that's a good spot. And I'm going to add a new notify here and call this deactivate left weapon. Now we can go straight to our attack L section and add these notifies. So I'm going to go to about right here, right click, add notify, skeleton notifies, activate left weapon, and then I'll scrub through till about there, maybe actually all the way over to here, and right click, add notify, skeleton notifies, deactivate left weapon. Now we need to do our right attack, so let's go to our right, and I'm going to activate this weapon about right here. So I'm going to right click, add notify, new notify, and type activate right weapon. Now I can scroll through to the end of the swing and right click, add notify, new notify, and deactivate right weapon. And finally, I'm going to go over to the attack R animation and use these notifies here. So I'm going to activate it right about here, right click, and activate right weapon, and scrub through till about there. And now I can deactivate right weapon. So that takes care of the activate and deactivate notifies. That's for our collision volumes. Now let's look back at enemy attack and we'll see that we have some weapon swing sounds. Let's add these as well. So back in Khaimera attack, in attack L fast, I'm going to add a new notify track. And we can start the swing at about pretty early on in the animation, about right here, and I'm going to right click, add notify, and play sound. Now for enemy attack, this weapon swing was the weapon swing sound cue. I'm just going to use the same one here. So I'm going to select weapon swing. So that takes care of attack L fast. For attack R fast, I'm going to add the same thing. So I'm going to right click, add notify, play sound, select it, and select weapon swing. Now in attack L, I'm going to add a weapon swing sound as well. So add notify, play sound, and weapon swing. And we'll do the same thing for attack R. So we'll put it about right here. Right click, add notify, play sound, and weapon swing. Now finally, we need to add our trails. So let's add a new notify track. And for our first attack, we're going to right click, add notify state, and trail. And we can drag this out. And we need to select our particle system template. Now let's take a look at the Khaimera folder. So down here in Paragon Khaimera, let's take a look at effects, particle systems, abilities, primary, effects, and it looks like we have a Khaimera melee anim trail. Let's see what happens if we select that. So back in our attack for the trail, I'm going to type in anim and select P Khaimera melee anim trail. Now this might take a few minutes to load, so I'll give it a minute. So there's our anim trail. And I'm going to start this off at about here and end it about there. Now we need to add the socket names here. And since we made our socket names consistent with Grux's skeleton, we can select one of these trails in the Grux enemy attack and copy the name effects trail L01. And back here in the Khaimera anim trail, for the first socket name, we'll use effects trail L01. And for the second, we'll use O2. And that takes care of the first anim trail. Now in attack R fast, we're going to add a trail to this one. So right-click, add notify state trail, and we'll make this trail last till about here. And I'm going to use that same P Khaimera melee anim trail. And for first socket name, we'll use fx trail L01. For second socket name, we'll use O2. Now we can do the same thing for attack L. We'll add an anim trail here, notify state trail, and I'll scrub through till about there, and we'll set this PS template. So Khaimera melee anim trail, fx trail L01 for the first socket, and O2 for the second, and finally I'll do the same thing for attack R. I'll start the trail about here, add notify state trail, and I'll end it about here. So I'll select P Khaimera melee anim trail, fx trail L01 and L02 for the first and second socket names. I'm going to go ahead and click save now, and let's play these. And there we have it. We have a nice anim trail there, and it looks great. Okay, so that takes care of finishing up the attack montage for Khaimera. We're now ready to create the other montages. Now, one last thing in the Grux attack montage is that we have a play sound notify in our longer attacks, which use Grux's voice. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for Khaimera. So here in attack L, let's add another notify track, and we'll go ahead and right-click, add notify, and play sound. And for this one, we'd like to take a look at what sounds we have for Khaimera. So let's go into our Paragon Khaimera, Characters, Heroes, Khaimera, Sounds, Sound Cues, and let's take a look at what we have here. So here is Khaimera Effort Attack. I like that one, so let's go ahead and use that one. So here in Khaimera Attack Montage, for this play sound, I'm going to search for effort_attack and use Khaimera Effort Attack. And I'm going to right-click in Attack R and add a sound notify here and select Khaimera Effort Attack as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save that. That's going to conclude this video. In the next video, we're going to work on the other montages we need for Khaimera. I'll see you then.